Woo! All right. Well,
Welcome to the show.
This is show 2 with the new setup. We're kind of far back. Let's push it forward a little bit.
Whoa.
Yeah. All right. There we go.
That's better.
That's better. So we're trying to get everything working. Make sure it's new. Fix the table. Oh, right there. Oh, that's crooked. That's gonna drive me nuts. Either way, we're getting. It's all happening, and we're super excited to be here and using the new layout. It's pretty cool. We got a bunch of new features that we get to play with. For example, now when we want to turn on, this show is brought to you by Audio Control. It's a simple push button, but it is brought to you by Audio Control. So if you want awesome car audio product.
Well, we used to do that. That was a little bit harder.
It was harder. So
than
this
just
is
a press
easier
button.
now. Let me go.
Yes.
Let me go a little wider.
Right there.
Yeah, that looks better. And then also we've made a fast button. So now when you guys need this information, and we can shut that off easily. So that information is right there, easily to be had. How awesome is that?
Just for
and then
you.
we can come back here and we can turn it off. It's pretty exciting. Camera is kind of inferior. Sorry, guys. That's what I see. Well, it's actually the same camera.
Blurry camera.
The problem that we're having with the camera right now is the internet. I meant to go buy an Ethernet cable to connect us, hardline us in instead of using Wi-Fi, and I didn't. So if it's kind of not as good as we normally have it, then it's just because the computer we're using is better than the 8th. And
yes.
Yeah. So that'll be fixed by Monday. We'll have that going. You still need to put that entity up to a drawer. What, David? What do I need to do? But anyway, so we got everything.
Yeah.
We got everything hopefully the way we want it. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Oh, I got one more thing.
What you didn't do? 25 hertz. What's up? What's up, David?
Forgot to plug this in.
Oh, perfect.
So let's do that. And then, all right, showed up.
It's good.
And record. All right, so that's recording. All right, now we can officially start the show. So let's do it over again. Good morning, guys. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Car Stereo Talk.
Yeah.
We hope you guys are excited. It's Saturday, which means give us a shout out. Let us know where you're from. We're going to take you through a journey of fun and excitement. If you guys didn't catch the Monday show, we talked about a new tool that we've been working on for the past 2 years. You conveniently put it over here. The IRTA. We don't have a cool demo set up for it today.
Not yet.
We do have it here. Yeah. They're coming, which is nice. I just got photos the other day of them putting lots of little joys into boxes.
Toys?
Joys. Little joys.
It's a toy, man.
It's a joy. We got lots of joys.
What's up from Minnesota? What's going on?
Anyway, so if you didn't catch that on Monday, you can go watch the rebroadcast here. We'll be talking more about this as time goes on. Once they start showing up and we can get the price, and of course it'll be available on DNF Drawer. We'll talk more about it there. But here we go. North Carolina in the house. Minnesota in the house. The Boring Life episode was Titanic.
That's pretty neat.
Good one, El Fuego. Yeah. That was nice.
Kyle.
For those of you guys don't know, I do another channel with my daughter called The Boring Life of Dean and Haley. Hello, Fernando.
What's up? Tuning from El Paso.
El Paso.
Good.
What kind of help do you need? Hi, how are you? But anyways, we're having lots of fun. It ought to be good. Hey, from San Antonio. Ooh, cran grape with ginger ale. I think they sell a cranberry ginger ale now. They do sell that already, yeah. But a cran grape with ginger ale? See, I'm not a fruity guy. I like crown with ginger. I know you do. What's up from Vegas? Can't afford JBL audio. Don't worry,
Miami
JBL audio.
Miami's in the house.
Miami's in the house. Melbourne's in the house too. Coming from you from Richardson, Texas. Oh, goody. Oh, Candy.
I like candy. What are you talking about, man?
Oh, Fernandez.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing today?
Ooh, there you go. That's probably your speed. Cran watermelon juice is where it's at.
watermelon juice.
Watermelon juice is a weird one. You know, it's hola. That is definitely a I don't
sweet.
know.
It's
It's
refreshing.
different.
You have to put it like in the freezer so it stays nice and cold.
Christian, how's
What's
it going?
up, Orlando?
All right, believe it or not, I'm trying to click these as fast as I can. This is a new toy for us. So, hey guys, I have a 2020 Ram F-150 base system. Does Focal Flax fit? Actually, yes, it does. The Focal Flax will fit in there, no problem. So yeah, you're golden.
Yeah.
See, this is why I was thinking we need to move the lower thirds to the top.
Up.
Yep.
I have to be.
No, they need to be at the top because when we're coming over here doing this. So I'll say heat shrink. Just need a couple inches. I know, right? That's what she said. Hello, Dean and Fernando.
Hello,
Stevie D, New York.
Steven.
Oh, Stevie D. Do you know who Stevie D is? I played that song for you. You do know who he is.
No problem.
It was 80s rock. I'll play it again for you. Stevie D. Oh, yeah. Hey, guys from Iowa. What's up, Mike? How you doing?
Are you well rested
No.
from travels?
No. God, no. I got to tell you, this week was brutal. And then last night,
And now it's coming more.
Haley kept me up last night watching David Dobrik.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to believe that with all the YouTube stuff that I'm not David Dobrik centric, but I haven't been.
Okay.
And
Why
so
not?
she's like, Dad, you got to watch these. So we sat up last night and watched them. And the next thing I know, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Good morning from Australia. What's up?
Oh,
Right
there you
there.
go. Currently in the program, I spend way too much time in SketchUp SketchUp design for boxes. Yeah. When SketchUp that's a Google 3D thing where you can just download and play with on your computer. And when that came out, being that I was an architect major for many, many years, and that's what I went to school for, I was like, oh my gosh. And then I remembered that's why I stopped doing that, because I didn't want to play with boxes anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, but it's really cool. Oh, Stevie D, not Stevie B. I'm sorry, you're right. My bad. It's Stevie B.
Oh, see what the heck.
See,
man.
my bad.
But the auto control, yes, that's probably what we're going to fix.
Rick, you're right.
Yes.
And there again, remember, this is like day 2 of using the new software. So we will, now that we kind of have things figured out, we also, if you could see, hold on, grab the camera, grab the Fernando cam. All right, so Fernando cam is camera 3. So we'll come over here to camera 3. So back way up, go way back. So we got the dual laptop action, Fernando's, mine. This is the old screen that we used to look at. This is the new screen. We're going to buy another one of these. We're going to have 2 of these mounted together with the camera right here in the middle so that we can kind of look at them. This is the new ATEM Extreme. This button nightmare right here. Behind Fernando is the new Mac Mini that is powering the show. And of course, the keyboard that's running the Mac Mini so that we can type things. Mouse. We still have some of the old pieces up here that we haven't had it, because all this needs to get migrated into a new mount. But this is obviously so that we can do more with the show than we could in the past. Back up on it. But so this is what we're looking at right now. It's pretty fun. But yes, as the weekend goes by, then we'll start doing funness, like redesigning the logos and the graphics and all that stuff.
It looks like a
what is it?
Hey, it can be, man, but it's not.
Hey guys, upgrade the machine. Nope. Have you guys upgraded the system in the Mach 1 with the factory?
Yeah.
All right. Have you upgraded system in a Mach 1 with a factory BO? So that's going to be the Mustang.
The Mustang.
Oh no, that's the electric car.
Oh, the Mach 1, the F-150. Yes.
Yeah. No. That's the SUV. The F-150 is going to be the Lightning.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we haven't had any of those come in yet.
So M1.
Smash Force is really smashing. Oh, it's smashing the hell out of my wallet. All right, here we go. Dean and Fernando, please help. 2018 Silverado recommendations for tweeters and speakers loud enough to bleed the ears. I thought about Hertz SPL. Thank you. You're thinking about the right speakers. That is for sure. Definitely want to look at those. They will fit in the 2018 up in the dash. So yeah, they're like
go for it.
Those were like they're 103.
Your ears are gonna bleed. 107.
Are they 107 dB? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, pardon me. I strongly recommend some kind of a DSP in there because it's going to be fun at first. Like, you know, when we first put them in, Fernando hopped in and was like, wow. And then after, you know, he was like, all right, tune it now. So it's fun, but yeah.
No, I don't think that will make it to the.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you kidding me?
Nah,
oh, yeah, no. It totally will.
I would never approve it.
Oh. I mean. Oh my gosh, you're terrible. One trip to Kicker and Smash Fork Deduction has gone into hyperdrive. No, this was one of those things.
Actually, no. I'm just gonna say we have this in the plan, like in the books for a long time.
So this is what we were using. This is called the Webcaster 2. And the idea, this was an awesome piece. They discontinued this piece like 18 months ago, and it has been limping along, doing the job that we needed it to do. We needed to get away from it because we knew that they were never going to update it. They kept lying and saying, "Oh, we're going to push an update. We're going to push an update," and they never did. And Facebook was really the problem with this. And as much as we all hate Facebook, we still do a pretty decent amount of viewers on Facebook. So we didn't want to just discontinue the show to save us the headache of not having to deal with this anymore. So that led us to a Mac Mini. Once we got the Mac Mini, the other equipment we had also needed to be updated. So we went from the A10 Mini Pro to the A10 Mini Extreme because we needed to be able to interface with the Mac. So
keep in mind, we've been doing it for a long time. So actually,
I mean, let's be honest.
Some of the manufacturers talk to you to have a feedback, and it's like, hey man, what can we use?
The show started with a phone. We used to do the phone with the phone I just gave to Sebastian. So Sebastian's got the original phone that we used 7 years ago. Actually, that might be the second phone we used.
That would be the second one, because
phone.
The other one, that was a 6. Or something.
Move to Instagram from Facebook. I mean, we still do a ton of Instagram. There's no doubt about it. What's Christian saying? Put it in the bin. Okay, whatever. All right. Dropping some Hertz 165.3 Pros into my 05 Sierra and have a couple questions. One, should I try to relocate the tweeter or use A-pillar tweeter mounts that point across the windshield? I don't have any problem with the A-pillar mounts. That tweeter is a wide dispersion tweeter, and it sounds perfectly fine up there coming across the glass and will give you a good up top image. So we've never had any problems with that location.
Right here. Where is it?
D. Nando, to your knowledge, are there any other amplifiers besides JL Audio HD amplifiers that maintain rated power at 1 or 4 ohms? So that's called DC straight. And the answer to that would be, yeah, they weren't the first to the show, man. Check out Rockford Fosgate, has been doing that for years. The new Morel amplifiers, that one right there that's coming out, is also going to be doing that as well. Believe it or not, sound digital amplifiers, you buy them according to the ohm load that you're going to be using. They just come overclocked that way. So if you're going to run them 4 ohm, you buy the 4 ohm version. You're going to run the 2 ohm, you buy the 2 ohm version, or the 1 ohm version if you're buying a sub amp. So there's many other companies. JL wasn't first to the party. And also back then, the PDX V series of amplifiers, like the V9, the PDX F, 4 or whatever it was from Alpine, was also the same way, strangely enough. I wonder why. Build house. But yeah, so there are other amplifiers that do that. Does the metal tweeter cover affect the tweeter's soundability? Not touching, but in its magnetic field, Morel T300 tweeter. No, the tweeters are designed with the use of a grill to be in front of them.
Mhm.
The only problem I have with it, if it is a problem, is that when you're putting them into a car, if you can install it without that in front of it, because if there's another, so for example, like if you're putting it behind a grill, then you have the grill on the tweeter. If you've ever seen us put tweeters in dashes, one of the last thing we do is remove the grill off of the tweeter, then we put the factory grill over the top of it. I'm not a grill on grill action thought. If I can remove one of them, I will, because I want to not restrict the sound from the tweeter as much as possible. So that's really the only time we have an issue with it.
I seriously enjoy watching you two assembly top quality system. A personal question for Fernando. Do you view Dean's as a mentor? What was your involvement with car audio? Oh, totally. Like I always, you know, everything I do here is because yes,
hates me.
Yes, that too. But
he was waiting for me to fall asleep on the trip to Kicker so he could throw me out of the car and take it.
I was trying to open the plane, but it's like we all gonna die, so I was like, never mind. We're not gonna do that.
Yeah. And he was doing car audio before he started here.
Yeah, but now I'm doing what you do.
That's an inside joke.
Yeah.
You know what'd be a good show is if we could go like find a campfire and sit around and tell stories of basically what we did at Knowledge Fest with the guys.
You know that would be good. Going to Joe's house, sit down outside
at the campfire,
and just talk about
the story of That way it could just be like an installer diary, easy enough to find.
Back in the day when I was cutting harness,
Jesus.
Grabbing some electrical tape, just tape everything up.
I just put a kicker key 200 and 500 2020 Explorer, and it's coming in with no audio from left side, and I have to turn it off and wait to start back up, and it works fine. Thoughts? Well, we've done a 2020 Explorer. That's actually what we're doing right now, and we had no issues with it. But the video you haven't seen yet is that we ended up using audio control LGDs, greens. However, if you have a kicker key, there's a button on the side of the kicker key for factory radio retention. Try clicking that in and see if that solves the problem. There's a load resistor issue that you might need to. If it doesn't, then you may want to pick up some of these guys right here, the LGD
20s.
These are the LGD 20s. So AC LGD 20s. That's what we ended up using in the Explorer, the 2020 Explorer. That's the video's up now.
Yeah.
You'll see that on Wednesday.
Question about the Nissan Frontier crew cab build you did last year. How was the 10-inch subwoofer box sound? It is good for listening rap and reggae.
You can leave the question up for a little while so I can kind of digest what it
remember. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm like, stop pulling it away. I can't remember that fast. Okay, do you remember doing the Nissan?
10. Yeah.
Is it just, which one was that? Like, I don't remember.
Oh, no, I thought that was the
I'm guessing it's probably a Comp RT downfiring 10. It'd be the only thing that we put underneath the back seat of a Nissan Frontier. And if it was, then rap and reggae, that woofer has a good deep bass response. And it's really, when it comes to like a shallow woofer, volume is the only downside to it. Frequency response is always on point. Yeah. It's just people always will want them a little bit louder than they're capable of doing. Not that they don't get loud. But yeah, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Al Fernandez is laughing at you.
I know. I don't. All right. I don't play the drums, brother. That was a funny story.
Go ahead and tell the story.
All right. So the story, I went to the club, danced with my my wife now. We used to date.
Soccer.
At that. And the drummer got super drunk that he can play the drums. So I was next to it, and I'm like, hey, man, let me help you. He's like, go for it, bro. You do it. And I just start playing like here, there, and then somebody take a picture.
The nice thing is everyone was drunk, so
yeah, of course.
What about a I don't know what that means. Could you expand upon that a little bit? I don't know what I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that is.
ATO?
Nando punches Dean in his sleep.
Gets knocked out without noticing.
Actually, 25 Hertz to Life, you're not totally wrong on that. There has been plenty of times where we've been at Knowledge Fest sitting in a class in the morning, and I will fall asleep. Yeah. And he sits next to me and constantly does this, which I tell him to do because otherwise I'm going to miss everything. The only time where I didn't is there was a gentleman who's on Facebook a lot. Some of you may know him, a guy by the name of Randy Schwartz. He's a bigger guy, about 3-5 times the size of me.
Yeah.
And he was, so we're sitting like this, really close.
Yeah.
And I put my head on his shoulder. I said, I'm going to put my head on your shoulder. I'm sorry. He's like, go for it, bro. Yeah. That's a friend. That's a friend. Yeah.
Wake up, dude.
Pack AP4 FD21 won't send signal out of front RCA on a 13 F150 Platinum. And it's sending it out the rear? So that's kind of odd. You okay?
I drop it.
Oh, okay. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all because it's more or less out of that radio. It's just 2-channel audio, and the device is what's dividing up. The device is what's telling it front and rear. So if it's not giving you front and rear, there's probably something wrong with the FD21 because there's no front and rear coming into it. It's just front. So I would maybe try to reset it and or get a new one. Call them for sure.
Call them, definitely.
The ATO S8 Android radio. Any good?
I didn't know that I exist.
Nice, Kevin. As far as the ATO, honestly, when it comes to the Android-based radios, it's a hit or miss. There are some people that have nothing but great success with them, and then there's us, which always have nothing but a just failure miserably. Might be an attitude, I don't know, but I've never had any success with them.
Yep.
There's no tech support. There's no troubleshooting. There's very rarely even an installation guide. Most of the time, they come directly from the manufacturer to you. So it's not anything we ever really get into. We just say buyer beware. It's a hit or miss. They may work great. They might totally suck. What speakers would you recommend for a 2018 Grand Cherokee Rap Rock Mostly? Ooh, Rap and Rock Mostly. I'm thinking Rockford T2s.
With the epicenter.
Ooh, yeah. Rockford is one of our go-to affordable, like super crazy in your face, which is going to sound good for rock and rap. The T2 specifically comes with an aluminum tweeter. Those would sound great in there. You won't be disappointed. They're just
very nice.
Yeah. So if you're looking for loud and semi-affordable, something to look at.
If you want a little bit more, maybe the Hertz. Hertz are good.
Oh yeah, the Hertz Milli Pros.
Yeah,
but
I'm deadening a 2006 F-150. The 2 cabinet pressure flaps. Can I seal them and leave them? Nope. Let's say no. You can do one. Yeah.
So you have to leave at least one of those pressure flaps, and trust me, you need one of those pressure flaps in there. They get you like, oh my gosh, like as soon as you turn on your air conditioner, those things just blow open, and without it, you run the risk of popping other things out of the car. So we've always left at least one, never cover both. That's just kind of the rule of thumb. I mean, either that or crack a window.
All right. I just bought an audio control DM608 and an epicenter. What size power wire should I use?
They don't need anything more than an 18 to 20 or 22 to 18 gauge to power them. That's it. They draw less than 5 to 10 amps of current. So your standard remote turn-on size wire is all you need to power those things up. Apple needs to make a reading 25 hertz. I'm about to have. Oh, so they're just talking to each other.
Yeah. All right. X-Men, what's going on, man?
Speakers for 2016 CRV components, front, coaxial, rear, and sub with audio control, DM. What did we do last time in your car? I mean, when it comes to
Focal,
it might have been. I don't know. I don't remember what we did last time. I mean, the reality is we'd have to remember what we did last time in there and then figure out how you felt about it and then make a recommendation from that. So as far as that goes, you know, we like to talk and figure this out. So once we know that, then we can make a better recommendation because I want to find last time had Focal. All right, so last time you had Focal factory. So we did some plug and plays or the integration. Did you like the way they sounded? I guess would be the question. If you like the way they sounded, we can stick with Focal. If you'd like to try going in a different direction, let's maybe go the opposite way and see what the Morels sound like in your liking. Because you can get into the Morel Maximo, Maximus line, and those sound really nice too. So,
how's it going, guys? I have a 2500 watt power acoustic, one channel amplifier pushing 2 gigahertz subs. The system is new. Just redid the factory ground. It's clipping when play high. Any suggestions?
Well, okay. So I guess we should look at what clipping actually is and what you mean by clipping. Is the amplifier shutting off? So there could be two problems happening here. One could be, and there again, you don't need to comment past that. One could be a voltage issue, and one could be a signal issue that's causing the amplifier to do things that you don't want it to do. Both of them can be solved by having a digital multimeter. If you take the digital multimeter, put it on the powered input of the amplifier, and as you're turning it up, if you don't see proper voltage, so what you'd want to do first is go up underneath the hood and see what the battery is saying. So let's say for this conversation, it's 13.5 volts at the battery. Now, when you connect to the amplifier, you should see something close to 13.3. Okay, there is going to be some voltage drop just because of the distance and all that. If you're seeing some silly number like 12 and a half, you got a problem somewhere. It might not be ground. It could be the fuse holder. It could be a ring terminal. There's a lot of things it could be. It could also be the factory ground in the car. So with the voltmeter, you can move things around and kind of figure it out. The best thing to see if it is the ground is put your power on, put the terminal on the power and touch a different ground point in the car and see if it goes up or stays the same. If it stays the same, then that's telling you your ground is good. Move up front, check the ground there, and or check the battery voltage, meaning go up underneath the hood and check after the fuse holder to see what you're getting there. You know, jam it into the side of the fuse and see if it's going into the fuse, you have 13.5, coming out of the fuse, you have 12.5, then you know you got a bad fuse or a bad ring tone or something along those lines. Now, when it comes to it shutting off because of too much signal coming into it, that's a gain problem. That's all that is you got your gain turned up too high. The only other problem you could have with this is you have the wrong ohm load or the impedance is wrong. So for example, if the amplifier only do 2 ohm mono and you're running it at say 1.5 ohm mono, that would also cause the problem. That's going to be a power side problem, meaning the amplifier, even though it's 2,500 watts at 2 ohm, at 1.5 ohm, it's actually trying to draw closer to 3,000 watts, which it can't do, so it's protecting itself. But that's it. Those are kind of the only things you have to look at.
Can I use a 2 ohm speakers front and the 4 speakers in the rear? The JBL 4086 DSP has a 2 ohm rating of 60 and a 4 ohm rating of 40.
Yeah, you're fine. That'll work. No problems there. As long as it'll do the 2 ohm, which it does, then you're going to be fine. You can have lots of fun. Open to Morel. All right, Axman, let's look at doing some Morel. Yeah. So we'll put together a system using some Morel stuff. You're going to love it.
All right.
I guarantee.
I'm excited. Then Fernando, I have a 2009 Infinity M35 with the Bose A speakers. I'm able to bypass.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. I'm able to bypass the factory amplifier. And if yes, what other functions would I lose from the amplifier other than the music?
Okay. You're right. When it comes to bypassing an amplifier, if you've ever watched any of the videos where we do installation, the first thing we always do is we have to do a ton of testing. And the reason why we have to do that is because from car to car, it's a little bit different every time. Nissan Infiniti typically does a variable voltage input into their amplifier. And if that's the case for your car, then you'd still have to test for it with your digital multimeter. And at some point an IRTA2 would allow you to do that as well. But you have to find that out first. Now, if you do have variable voltage into the amplifier, it's going to more than likely be 4 or 6 channel. If there's a subwoofer volume control in the radio, it'll be 6 channel. If there's not, it's going to be a 4 channel input. That's it. You're not going to lose anything from the music or anything like that, because whatever is coming out of the radio now is coming into that amplifier, and you're just looping past it, and that's it. The problem is you're going to have to do the homework to find out if you can do that. If you can't, then you're going to have to go after the amplifier, and that's when you're going to need multiple channels, and you're going to have to do channel for channel type installation.
I was like, it doesn't move.
Yeah, no, yeah, you got to use this knob. Which one do you want? Go ahead.
Hang on. That was something about.
And you guys experts, what's your favorite sounding 3-way and factory locations in a Toyota Tundra? Ooh. I mean, the most popular one we do is going to be the Focal Flax. None of them fit perfect. The Flax probably fit the easiest. They're mid-range. So as far as like sounding good, ease of installation, it would probably be the Focal Flax. However, we have put the Morel Virtus in there. I personally like the way those sounded. Fanboy, not gonna lie. But the most popular in the Toyota Tundra is definitely the Focal Flax.
All right. Done.
Do I have to have shallow mount subs in a 2019 Sierra under the rear seat? 2 ohm or 4 ohm. Very well rounded music listener, but mostly rock, but love the bass. Do you have to have a shallow mount underneath the rear seat? It depends on you and what you're willing to give up. Remember, car audio is always a compromise. There are companies that probably make a bigger box. I would try Fox Acoustics for one. You could go to foxacoustics.com, and also MTI Acoustics.
MTI Acoustics.
MTI Acoustics. Those two guys make custom boxes specifically designed for your truck with the option to go bigger. Now, they're going to be only so big you can go, so like you're not going to be putting a sundown underneath your seat. However, something normal like a Rockford or a Kicker or any other standard like 6-inch driver could probably fit. Keep in mind, though, that those boxes are going to be bigger. You may need to raise your seat in order to fit them under there. There's also shallow mount woofers that have a ton of bass as well. So, for example, like Kicker makes the L7T, which is their shallow mount square woofer. That thing is banging, all right? Tons of bass. Then you also have people like Bobby Gately that make their subwoofer enclosure to fit 4/8 across the front. You do need more power for that, like 2,000 watts, 3,000 watts, or just go with a different, more efficient 8-inch. And those things are stupid loud. Like we just got done doing a Bobby Gately 4/8 box with the Gately 8-inch woofers in it off of a Scar 3500.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. It was insanity. But yes, there are other options for you to go with normal size woofers underneath the seat.
All right. Another question about Hertz 165.3 Pros. I have a Kenwood X 801.5. I'm just using the 4 channels and plan to delete the rear field. I'm okay with the 50 watts channel.
Or should I bridge?
Or should I bridge it?
If you're not going to be using the other 2 channels for, let's say, tweeters or something like that, then turn it into a 3-channel amp and bridge it. We've used it that way plenty of times when we're doing like a set of components and it's like we need more power than we need like break apart, meaning like 50 watts and some tweeters, 50 watts and some mids, or bridge it to put more power on the front and go passive. We'll do that a lot with that amplifier. So yeah, I would bridge it and call it a day, get it nice and loud.
What do you think about using 2 5-channel amplifiers, 2 subs, 1 bridge to the mids?
Yeah, why
That's
not?
Awesome. I like it.
We've done that in the past in some of the cars we've done. One of the things that was nice about the Q Class 1005, may it rest in peace forever and ever, was the ability to run multiples of those using the same software. However, running 2 5-channel amplifiers is a great idea. You just have to you have to voltage match. So you're going to need your digital multimeter, and you're going to have to figure out, what clipping is on both of those sub-channels. And then you're going to have to set to the lowest common denominator. So, for example, just throwing numbers out there, if 30 volts on one is the best and 32 volts on the other is the best, you're going to have to set them both to 30 volts to come out to the subwoofers. As far as bridging and going that, yeah, why not? I mean, like 2 Rockford 1005, the mini Ts, that's like 1,000 watts of power for subs, and then bridge that to a set of channel 1 and 2 to left, channel 3 and 4 to right, and then use the other 5 channel to do the front tweeters and rear or a 3-way set. Yeah, oh, hell yeah, man, all day long, for sure.
SJC Audio Guy, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the 5. Oh, look at that.
Yo, 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 what's up, fellas? Hi-Fi Vega in the house.
You can.
Okay. Yep, skip that.
And a 2013 Honda Odyssey. Do I have a factory amplifier?
Probably not. If it has the factory subwoofer, a lot of the times what you run into in the Odyssey, which is an easy enough radio to take out, is that the factory subwoofer is on a 4-pin plug on the back of the radio. One of the things that Honda did back in that time frame is put the sub amp into the factory radio. So they did it on the Pilot. They did it on the what's the pickup truck, whatever that is, Ridgeline, and they also did it on the Odyssey. If it's the base model with subwoofer, it's going to be in the radio.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
What's the best way to integrate into 2021 car factory system to achieve high sound quality? Ooh, well, so we'll get to that in a second. One thing you can do while you're you can scroll through here and not worry about going back to this to shut it off, because when you click on the next one, it automatically shut this one off. So you can be doing what you'd normally do, looking for the second question without worrying about
going back to the second.
Yeah. Okay. So when I'm ready, you can just click it and we'll go right to the next one. Sorry, guys. New software, just working through how it all works. Yeah, I know. Exactly. So bear with us. All right. What is the best way to integrate into a 2020 car factory system to achieve highest sound quality? It's going to depend on the car, naturally, as you can assume. That's right away, like what car, what brand, what make, what model. However, with that being said, most of the new 2021 cars don't have like some form of Amp Pro, AR, Zen model yet to interface into them. Some of them do, but most of them don't. So what to do? Well, if you're watching the Ford Explorer video that is playing through the past couple weeks on the channel, it's the problem we ran into. Is like, what do you do? You're going to want to find first off, what type of car, how many channels are you going to have to integrate into? That's the most important thing. Meaning, do you have a factory amplifier? You're going to have to go after it. Okay, if I'm going after a factory amplifier, or if I'm just coming out of the factory radio, how many channels? That is the most important thing. Do we have 4 channels? Do we have 8 channels? Do we have 5 channels? Do we have 6 channels? Once you know that, then you can kind of move on from there. Then you have to ask yourself, what is wrong with the system right now? Meaning, it's just not loud enough. Does it sound okay, but it's not loud enough? Well, in that case, just buy an amplifier that has a good high level to low level adapter built into it, like an audio control that you can't see, or many others that are out there, and you just integrate into it and call it a day. A lot of these amplifiers now will do 10, 20, 40 volts of input, which is great. So you don't need an external high level to low level. You could just use the one built into the amplifier and go from there. However, once you get past that, then, like if you say, no, it really just sounds like crap and I want it to sound better, that's when you look at a DSP, whether it be a DSP amplifier or it be a DSP standalone, that you then go out to the amplifier. Most DSPs, if not all DSPs, are awesome high level to low level adapters, as well as, RCAs and Toshlink and all that. So looking at the DSP is probably going to be your best way to integrate into any vehicle because it's going to give you the most options for integrating into it. But before you buy a DSP, you have to know how many channels you have to use. Case in point, we'll talk about a Honda Accord, 2021 Honda Accord with the premium sound system. That is an active 10-channel stereo, meaning it's got 4 channels up front, 4 channels in the rear, and a center and a sub. It's 10 channels of active sound. We need 6 of those in order to put a stereo in it. We need the center, the sub, because there is voice coming out of the center for Bluetooth calling, as well as navigation, all the other stuff all comes out of the speaker. Obviously, we need the sub for bass. And then we need the 2 tweeters and the 2 mids. The rear, although is delayed, and it has some processing done to it, we don't necessarily need them because we can just clone the front to the rear. It's the rear, it's fine. So we're going to need a 6-channel DSP as a minimum, meaning something that has 6 channels of input. For that, we typically look at the PXE0850X or Z or whatever it is now from Alpine. That's the go-to there. But we need something that has 6 channels of discrete input, and we're not going to sum anything together. So that means we need active amplifiers for the front, as well as a center channel amplifier and sub and rear. That's why we use that, because of 8 channels of amplification built into it, so we can just add amps and whatnot. But anyways, you get the idea. Next question, Fernando.
All right. Backup camera.
We'll start over.
Backup camera is not coming on automatically with the Pioneer AVH 521 EX. It's a 2016 Ram 1500. Works
manually.
Any ideas?
Pioneer has a purple white wire on the back of it built into the harness. That purple white wire needs to see positive 12 volts when the car goes into reverse in order for that camera to turn on. That's it. If that sees a positive 12 volts, the camera will turn on. If it doesn't see a positive 12 volts when the car goes into reverse, the camera will not turn on. A lot of people don't know to hook that wire up. They just assume that when the camera gets power from, let's say, the brake lights or something like that, that the radio will sense through the RCA and turn on, because some units work that way, but no aftermarket radios do that. So that's the most important thing to check. Like, that would be the first thing we check, is we pull to make sure the purple white wire is getting what it needs. If it's not, we fix it. But yeah, that's where you want to start.
Oh, car gift.
Hello from Portugal.
What's going on, man? How you doing? Will W, thank you for the 5, man. Also, Gerardo Gomez, thank you for the 5, man. Woo. Are you going to share footage of your Seattle trip?
Yes.
Yeah, we have some. So
we took footage of both of our trips. What we wanted to do, though, was that everyone was just like, we want install diaries. We haven't had an install diary. So we're like, okay, fine. We're going to do some install diaries, let everyone just kind of get back into the normal swing of things, and we'll start to sprinkle in the trip videos as well as any of the other content that we've created. We knew that you guys were wanting to, like, we talked to you the whole time we were there, and then we immediately went to Kicker, and we talked to you for 9 hours there. We kind of wanted to give everyone a break from trip footage, and just get back into installation footage. Plus, before that, we had Orlando, so we had a ton of interviews that we did. And we knew that you guys were just ready to get back into installs. So we made the decision, like, we'll hold these videos and we'll concentrate on getting some install diaries before we dive back into some of the other stuff. Because trust me, the other stuff is way more fun for us, but we know you guys want to see install diaries. So that's where we're at.
So Gerardo Gomez just put $5 to the show. That's awesome. He say, that's my down payment for my RTA. Yes. That
so
is
we're
good,
going to have layaway?
Exactly. Please sign up.
Hold on. Go up to that one real quick. Yeah, that one. Dean Fernando, you're aware that 5 minutes with 5 stars is more than 5 minutes long?
Totally.
Oh, hey, I have that. His that's Buddy Jesus.
Yeah,
I have Buddy Jesus on the shelf right over there. Yeah, there he is. Over there. It's my favorite. Don't ask Haley about that one. It's a sore topic. Yeah. Okay. 5 minutes with 5 star, we had great intentions with that. Yeah. The whole idea was to because for those of you guys that are OGs that have been with us for the years and years we've been doing this, how Install Diaries actually started was we would come onto Facebook and we would kind of tell you guys what we were working on.
Yeah.
And we'd show you different things, and we'd be on for 5 to 10 minutes, and that was it. And then that would be the end of the show. And then I said, hey, if we record this, we can turn it into a show. And so we kind of kicked the idea around, and they're like, all right, so what we'll do is we'll take the Facebook footage and we'll save that, and then we'll come in and we'll record the ending, and we'll put the two together and make a show. Well, we tried that, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it, so I just said, screw it. And that's what turned into Install Diaries. So if you watch like Install Diaries 1 through like 10, and they're big compilation videos, that was because those were the idea. That was the idea we had. We got away from it pretty fast after a couple months because we're like, this just isn't working. A couple of years ago, we were like, man, we really missed doing that because it gave us the ability to interact with you guys a lot quicker and talk about some of the cars that we just weren't filming, and also answer some questions. So the idea was, there again, to come on for 5 or 10 minutes and just kind of fill you in what was going on in the bay, talk to you about what the cars we were working on, just kind of like have some fun and whatnot. Naturally, it side jagged into something else, which is, you know, like a 45-minute or a half hour. And it's like, if people are asking questions, we're going to try to answer them because we can't physically answer all the questions you guys ask. So yeah, it turned into something more.
Yeah, Christian Hertz, thank you for the $4.99, man. I pick up Hertz HCP 600.1 and a Phoenix Gold subwoofer, and doing the 4-channel version at the same amp, the same amplifier. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea. Those are beautiful amplifiers. If you ever wanted to go one step further, take a look at the H8 DSP, which is the matching Hertz DSP for that system. It's a pretty badass DSP. It's kind of a hybrid. It's a weird one because it has software, but it also has external gain controls, which is really neat. But it's a little bit easier to use, and it's a lot of fun to play with. So if you want to go full Hertz, man, check out their DSP as well.
Mr. David,
Scooby-Doo.
thank you for the 5, man.
Hey, gents, what underpowered underseat sub has the best ability to reproduce kick bass, especially for rock? Recently bought 8-inch kicker hideaway 8-inch, and it is muffled mess and only works in low end rumble.
Yeah.
JBL Fuse.
JBL Fuse?
JBL Fuse.
Yeah, but like what happened if it's not a...
Well, see, the nice thing about the JBL Fuse is, remember, it's 2 subs.
Yeah.
So it'll come apart.
Yeah. And
you get 2 little guys goes up underneath there.
Yeah.
I think the JBL Fuse was the most impressive thing. Look at the JBL Fuse. It's pretty impressive. There's no question about it. You do need an amplifier, though. It's not powered. So I know you said underpowered, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But you can get a small, you get like a Key 501, put it in there to power them. But check out the JBL Fuse. Those things are no joke. It has all the other JBL stuff we've ever taken a look at. Okay.
All right.
I want to thank you guys. Watching your vids has restarted my passion and interest in car audio and doing installs. I've been out of it for a long time. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Well, thank you, Michael. That was actually one of the things that we were, one of the reasons why we did this and changed the format, which was to, yes, we want to encourage people that, like, hey, I've been doing this since the 80s. God, that makes me old.
You are old.
I know. And it was always fun. It has since turned into a career of 30 plus years. But I remember the joy that it brought me back in the day, and that's why I'm still doing it today. And that's what led to the show evolving into what it is. You know, that's why I do as much as I can for the industry. And when I say I mean us. I drag him along.
Yeah.
He's kicking and screaming half the time. You guys don't get to see that. He's one of those things that's like, oh, God. And then he shows up. Hey, what's up, guys?
It's like, oh, man, I don't want to do this. Hi, welcome to the show, guys. How you guys doing today? Exactly.
Yeah, all right, click on it.
Yeah,
sorry,
no.
I touched your thing.
No, that's good.
Dean,
Dean
Fernando, what is your favorite 12-inch sub? Anytime, period. Orion XTR. I mean, if we're talking any time period, mine was the Orion XTRs. Yours is what, a JLW7?
Yes, that will be the W7.
W7. I'm a big fan of super woofers.
Mhm.
Like Fernando knows this. I love super woofers. I love watching these. When Steve Mead gets in a new woofer, I go, like he got in the new Bobby Gately 12-inch.
Oh my god!
And I was like,
yes, that
we
was
need to
amazing.
hook up with Bobby Gately.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'd do with it, but it's like I love giant woofers. But my all-time favorite, if we're just pulling out the nostalgia tab, is going to be a Blue Orion XTR. Like that was it.
Did the new streaming setup comes with a timer?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's actually up in the corner.
We have 15 minutes.
It's much smaller, but we're relying on you as always.
It's funny that he mentioned that. That was the reason I was looking. I'm like, where is the timer?
Yeah.
Where can I see the timer? And I'm like, okay, it's there.
It's kind of we're getting used to this. It's still a lot of fun.
All right, thanks, Dean and Nando. Go Hawks! Go Hawks tomorrow, man. Tomorrow's a
Are
game.
they playing tomorrow?
Yeah, with the Titans.
Is there football on tomorrow? Is it football season already?
Yes, man.
Nando, what type of car was on Instagram with the creative wiring and speaker mounts? Oh, the one we just pulled out. The one we just did.
Oh, the Toyota.
The Highlander.
The Highlander.
Yeah,
Highlander.
sorry, Ron. I guess we never mentioned it was a Highlander.
Yeah, sorry.
Dude. So that got better, which, oh my gosh. We didn't show this, obviously, because we didn't. But when we got to the back of the car with the subwoofer wire, there was a swimming pool in the driver's rear corner.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he had gotten rear-ended at some point, and somebody had fixed the car, done an excellent job on the outside, but didn't bother to. I don't even know how this car wasn't just a mess. Didn't bother to put the grommets back in, so there was a 2.5-inch grommet missing from the back corner of the car, and there was about 2 inches, 3 inches of water. There was actually a toilet bowl ring, which when I was like, okay.
Yeah,
so there was a white ring around
here.
The water that has been trapped in there this whole time. So which we didn't see. We drained the water out, and we didn't really find the cure until we got it outside. And I was showing the customer. I took it apart, showed him, and I was like, oh, crap, there's a grommet here with a wire. And I was like, I bet you your tail light doesn't work. Your little reflector light probably wasn't working. It's been like that for years, apparently. But we put the grommet back in. I got some sound treatment, just like we did in the big hole in the dash. I fixed all the little holes around it. So he's all set and all sealed up, and now they can go swimming with the truck.
Yeah, that's right.
Lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
In my Honda Pilot 1st Gen, I'm about to install 5-channel amp in the headrest stowaway. Under seat mount isn't possible due to vents. Is there a better place to mount while keeping it hidden? I mean, don't freak out about the vents is basically what I say. You can, like, sometimes there's no room, okay? And we have to cap off a vent. I mean, it's just what happens. You get some AC tape and you cap off the vent. It's what it is. Other than that, no. I mean, there's the truck, and this is what we always tell people. Well, I'm just going to put this somewhere. Where is somewhere? It's your truck. You know where all your hiding spots are. So,
saludos, Querétaro, Mexico. What's up?
Todd
Mr.
Ramsey in the house. Hey guys,
where are you?
When are you coming to Arizona for a rocker visit? That's a good question. Thank you, Todd, for reminding me about that.
Yeah.
So coming up in October. Oh boy, we're so excited. Now we will be at Mobile Solutions Friday night, Todd. Which you may want to scoop in on. But we're going to be there. Our travel day is October the 11th. And then we'll get there on October the 11th. And we start filming from the 12th to the 15th. And then I think right now we're going to leave sometime either the 16th or the 17th on the morning. So we got a whole week there of fun and excitement. We're going to, of course, be doing live shows from there for you guys, talking about new contents. But we're getting behind the scenes, never before access to Rockford Fosgate. We're going to take you guys after the fact. We're going to record it all. Yeah. We're going to take you guys in behind, meet the engineers, meet the people, see the vehicles, all the things that you guys have wanted to know about Rockford Fosgate. They're giving us access to. How awesome is that?
I'm going to go to the bathrooms. I'm going to go everywhere. You guys can see everything.
That sounded so creepy.
I know, right?
But yeah, we're super excited about that. So, and then on Friday is kind of like they said, it's our day to have some fun. So naturally, we're going to hook up with Brian from Mobile Solutions and see what happens there, and just kind of play it by ear. We're
Paul,
pretty stoked.
25 hertz to live. Paul is going to? No, he's not.
So what had happened was Paul was supposed to be in Maui that week, and the Maui thing, if anyone's following, there's this weird thing going around in the air that people catch and they're not getting shots for. And anyways, apparently Hawaii is taking it pretty hard, and they locked the place down. And so his trip got canceled, but we had already scheduled our trip because he's like, I'm going to be gone. And we're like, and you guys can go away too. And we're like, ha
let's go.
So we made some phone calls and
then got canceled.
And it hasn't been canceled yet. So please don't cancel it.
Don't cancel
Rockford,
it,
please don't cancel it.
Don't cancel.
But yeah, so we're super excited. And we keep calling every week to make sure, because we're like, we're still on? Yeah. All right, cool. Why, after setting the gains with the DD1, my tweeters are hissing? How do I turn the amp with a line-out converter using? So you have floor noise. Yay. Remember, the thing is that you're using a line output converter. You're only looking at one frequency. A DD1 is great when you're using an aftermarket stereo that is set perfectly flat. But when you're tuning a factory radio and you don't know if you have a flat EQ curve coming out of it, which, by the way, in IRTA2, our tool that is coming, will show you, and this is one of the reasons why we want to develop this tool, is that you'll be able to see the EQ curve that is in there. So if you have a dip at 1,000 hertz, which, believe it or not, a lot of factory stereos do, and you're using 1,000 hertz as your test tone to test everything, well, you're going to turn the gains up really loud, trying to get this EQ setting here to distort. All the frequencies around it are going to be distorting, but that one frequency won't. The easiest way to make that go away, of course, is to turn the gain back down. I know, it's crazy, but that will be how you solve that problem. We know the IRTA2, trust me, for 2 years now, we've been waiting, because once you guys get this tool in your hands, you'll be able to see what is coming out of that radio, what is going on. And then you'll kind of be able to put the pieces together and understand, like, setting up gain structure and why, when using a factory radio, 1,000 hertz might be a bad idea. So, yeah, it'll be really fun. But look at the time.
Look at the time.
All right, one more. Oh, Mr. Kip. He says Kip HS10 has significantly more output than the Kicker HS8, just for information.
There you go.
You know, we got one that we need to try.
Yeah,
so
we haven't tried it.
We haven't tried it yet, but yes. And I'm excited because when we did the Alpine, we got a ton of bass out of that.
Yeah, we did.
And so naturally, Lori was like, hey, we have a louder one than that. And I was like, oh, yeah, good call. So we do have one to test. Hopefully we'll get
all right. And I think we're going to become millionaires. Hopefully, man. I'm going to become a millionaire. I don't know how, but
I don't think so.
That's
I mean, we got one product to sell. All right, guys. That takes us to the end of the show. We made it through the second show using our new software. We're pretty excited about that. The new system has been fatiguing for sure.
I was nervous.
Were you?
No, it's just like
it's just overwhelming and trying to get
figure it out.
To the whole thing. Yeah. It's pretty exciting. Anyways, listen, guys, we want you to have a great weekend as always. We want you to come back on Monday. Monday is going to be a big show. Monday we're going to have, as of scheduled right now, we're going to have Chris Cook from the MEA. For those of you guys who don't know what the MEA is the organization puts on Knowledge Fest. They also are the group that sponsors the industry awards, so Installer of the Year, Retailer of the Year, Trusted Tech, and all those things.
Yep.
That everyone's at, why haven't we talked about Installer of the Year? Well, we put it on hold because there's a committee that they formed, which I'm part of, and we've been working out new rules and basically restructuring the whole thing, which it desperately needed. And a bunch of us guys are on that, and we've been working through it, and we're almost ready to announce it to the world. We're pretty excited about that. So can't wait. Yeah. But we're going to have him on hopefully Monday to talk about Indy, which is coming up right around the corner, which is Knowledge Fest Indy. We won't be going to it.
No, but if you are in the industry and you want to go to Indy, this is the time.
But yeah, I think we're going to have a good talk with him. And plus, just, it'd be nice to talk to Chris. We haven't seen him in a couple months.
Yeah, totally.
But with that, hey, it's Saturday night. What does that mean? It means you're going to go out and do something stupid. Because, hey, it's Saturday night. Why not, right? Well, if you are, remember, designated driver, Uber, Lyft, wear a mask, do whatever it is to stay safe. Because we want to see you back here next week. We want to have fun with you guys. We want to talk about cool car audio. And if you have pets, well, keep them inside. Keep runners safe. Put your dog on a leash.
Runners safe.
I'm tired of getting the it's scared out of me by
Yeah,
a
exactly.
German Shepherd going, "Wah, wah, 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 wah," and the little lady going, "Ah, don't kill him, don't kill him." You know.
Don't
so.
kill him. Just
All right,
bite
guys. No, don't bite me either. All right, guys. You have a wonderful weekend as always. We'll see you later next time.
Bye.
Bye.